Most people believe manipulation happens to others, but manipulation is not a rare event. It is daily. It happens in conversations, relationships, workplaces, families, and social spaces. It happens not because people are evil, but because untrained minds are easy to steer. A mind without calm is a mind without defense. If someone can control your emotions, they control your behavior. If they can trigger your fear, they can direct your choices. If they can provoke your anger, they can lead you into mistakes. If they can play your guilt, they can take your energy. This is the hidden battlefield of modern life. The Stoics saw this long before psychology gave it names. Epictetus warned that if anyone can anger you, they become your master. This was not poetry. It was a psychological law. Emotional reactivity is vulnerability. Calm is armor. Modern science agrees. The reactive brain is predictable. It follows patterns. It can be nudged, pressured, primed, influenced. But the regulated brain, the calm brain, breaks prediction. It chooses. And what cannot be predicted cannot be controlled. This is why inner calm is not just peaceful. It is strategic. Most manipulation works through speed, fast pressure, fast emotion, fast decision. The mind is pushed before it can think. Calm slows time. It inserts space between stimulus and response. And in that space, manipulation fails. Imagine two people in an argument. One raises their voice. The other remains still. One tries to provoke. The other watches. One wants a reaction. The other gives none. The first loses power. The second holds it. Silence becomes shield. The calm mind does not resist manipulation by fighting. It resists by not being hookable. Hooking is emotional. Someone says something to pull a reaction. Someone frames a situation to trigger fear. Someone implies urgency to rush your decision. The calm mind notices the hook and simply does not bite. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself, "Choose not to be harmed and you won't feel harmed." This is not denial. It is recognition that perception creates vulnerability. Change perception and the weapon disappears. In modern terms, this is cognitive sovereignty. The ability to observe your thoughts and feelings instead of being driven by them. A sovereign mind cannot be hijacked. Most people believe strength is dominance. But dominance can be manipulated through ego. Praise them and they soften. Challenge them and they react. Ego is the easiest handle to grab. The calm mind has little ego to grip. It does not need to win every exchange. It does not need to prove intelligence. It does not need to be right in every room. Without ego hunger, manipulation starves. This is why truly wise people appear simple. They are not baited, not flattered, not threatened. They remain centered. Psychologists call this emotional self-regulation. Stoics called it ruling the ruling faculty. Both point to the same mastery, governing your inner world so no one else can. Most social pressure relies on fear of rejection. The calm mind is comfortable alone. Therefore, it cannot be threatened with exclusion. It does not chase belonging at the cost of self-respect. This is why solitude training was sacred in ancient traditions. If you can be at peace alone, you are free in any crowd. The manipulative world thrives on urgency, limited time, immediate response, instant agreement. But the calm mind asks one question: do I need to decide now? Often the answer is no. Delay is a powerful defense. Seneca advised delaying emotional responses. He knew that time reveals truth. Manipulation depends on speed. Wisdom uses pause. The calm mind also listens more than it speaks. Listening gathers information. Speaking reveals position. In any interaction, the one who speaks less sees more, and the one who sees more is harder to control. Silence is not emptiness. It is intelligence in waiting mode. This is why interrogators use silence, why therapists use silence, why negotiators use silence. Silence makes others reveal themselves. The calm mind is also hard to guilt. Guilt manipulation works only when you accept false responsibility. But the Stoic distinguishes what is theirs from what is not. If it is not yours, you do not carry it. Guilt finds no home. In modern language, this is boundary clarity. When your internal boundaries are firm, external pressure slides off. Most people fear conflict, so they comply. The calm mind does not fear conflict nor seek it. It simply states truth when necessary and rests when not. This steadiness confuses manipulators. They do not know where to push. Manipulation also thrives on emotional extremes: excessive hope, excessive fear, excessive excitement, excessive despair. The calm mind stays in the middle, balanced, moderate, clear. No extreme emotion to exploit. The Stoics called this the golden mean of the mind. Modern neuroscience shows that emotional extremes narrow perception. Calm expands perception. A wide perception field catches deception early. This is why calm people often sense when something feels off. Their nervous system is not overloaded. Their intuition stays online. Another shield of the calm mind is self-trust. When you trust your judgment, you do not outsource decisions easily. Manipulators seek those who doubt themselves. Confidence blocks entry, but this confidence is not loud. It is quiet certainty. It says, I will think about this. I will decide for myself. I am not rushed. This phrase alone ends most manipulative attempts. The calm mind also forgives easily. This seems paradoxical, but forgiveness removes emotional hooks. If someone cannot keep you angry, they cannot keep you controlled. Forgiveness is not weakness, it is release of leverage. This is why spiritual traditions teach forgiveness. They knew resentment chains the mind to the manipulator. Release breaks the chain. The calm mind also accepts uncertainty. Manipulators often sell certainty. Join this, buy this, believe this, follow this. The calm mind is comfortable saying, I do not know yet. Certainty pressure fails. Over time, practicing calm becomes identity. You are no longer someone who reacts. You are someone who observes first, speaks second, acts third. This order protects you. Most people invert the order. They act, speak, then think. Manipulation exploits this inversion. Reversing the order is mastery. As your calm deepens, you notice something powerful. Manipulative people avoid you. They seek easier targets. Your presence signals difficulty. Your stillness signals awareness. Your eyes signal attention. You become high-friction terrain. This is the quiet advantage. You do not need to fight manipulation. You simply become unmanipulable. This is the first half of the teaching. The nature of manipulation. The nature of calm. The reason calm equals protection. In the next part, we move into training, daily practices, mental postures, behavioral shifts, the step-by-step building of a mind that cannot be hijacked. A calm mind is not born. It is trained. Just as the body grows stronger through repeated resistance, the mind becomes unmanipulable through repeated awareness. Each moment of pause, each withheld reaction, each conscious breath is a rep of inner strength. Training begins with noticing your triggers. Every person has emotional buttons: criticism, rejection, disrespect, urgency, fear of missing out. These buttons are not flaws. They are simply untrained entry points. Once you see them, they lose secrecy. Once they lose secrecy, they lose power. The Stoics trained this through daily reflection. Each evening, they reviewed the day. Where did I react? Where did I lose calm? Where did emotion take the wheel? This was not self-judgment. It was self-study. Awareness sharpens defense. Modern psychology calls this emotional literacy. Naming the feeling creates distance from the feeling. Distance creates choice. Choice creates freedom. Freedom breaks manipulation. Another practice is delayed response. When a message arrives that provokes emotion, do not answer immediately. Let the body settle. Let the mind cool. Respond from clarity, not heat. This one habit alone rewires your nervous system. Manipulation feeds on immediacy. Calm introduces delay. Delay introduces wisdom. Breath is another gate. A single slow breath before speaking returns control to the thinking brain. Without breath, reaction rules. With breath, presence rules. Ancient warriors learned this before battle. You can use it before conversation. Posture also matters. A relaxed, upright posture signals safety to the brain. Safety quiets the amygdala. A quiet amygdala resists fear-based influence. Even your body participates in your psychological sovereignty. The calm mind also curates its inputs. What you consume shapes what you can be influenced by. Constant outrage content creates a reactive mind. Constant fear content creates a fearful mind. Constant noise creates mental fragility. Choose inputs that reinforce steadiness. Silence practice remains central. Sitting quietly for even 10 minutes daily teaches the mind that it does not need stimulation to survive. This is foundational. If you can sit in silence, you cannot be easily pulled by noise. The calm mind also learns to ask one powerful question in every interaction. What is really being asked of me right now? Not the surface request, the underlying motive, the hidden pressure, the emotional bait. This question alone exposes manipulation instantly. Most people respond to surface signals. Calm minds respond to underlying reality. Boundaries are another pillar. Saying no without justification. Saying I need time to think. Saying I'm not comfortable with that. Boundaries expressed calmly cannot be argued with. They simply exist. Manipulators rely on justification. When you justify, you negotiate your worth. The calm mind states boundaries and returns to stillness. No drama, no debate, no opening. Another training is reducing unnecessary explanation. Over-explaining reveals insecurity. Silence after a statement signals confidence. Practice speaking once, then resting. This subtly shifts power dynamics. The calm mind also accepts being misunderstood. A person who needs to be understood can be controlled through misunderstanding. A person who is comfortable being misread remains free. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself that he did not need to convince others of his goodness. He simply needed to be good. The calm mind lives by this principle. Emotional detachment is another layer, not coldness. Not indifference, but the ability to feel without drowning. When emotions move through you rather than owning you, no one can steer you with emotional bait. This is practiced by observing feelings instead of merging with them. I feel anger, rather than I am angry. This small linguistic shift creates enormous psychological distance. The calm mind also learns selective vulnerability. Not every space deserves your openness. Not every person deserves your story. Sharing everything is not authenticity. It is exposure. Silence protects depth. Ancient mystery schools required years of silence before revealing teachings. They knew that what is given too freely is not valued. Your inner world is sacred ground. Guard it. Over time, you begin to sense manipulation before it happens. Your body notices tension. Your breath shortens. Your stomach tightens. These are early warning systems. A calm nervous system hears them clearly. When you sense pressure, you slow down. When you sense urgency, you pause. When you sense guilt, you examine. This interrupts every manipulative pattern. The calm mind also practices strategic disengagement. Not every conversation deserves your energy. Not every provocation deserves your reply. Walking away calmly is often the highest demonstration of power. Silence during disengagement is particularly potent. No slam, no insult, no justification. Just absence. Manipulation starves in absence. As these practices integrate, your identity shifts. You stop seeing yourself as someone who must defend, impress, or obey emotional tides. You become someone who chooses. Choice is the opposite of manipulation. People begin to experience you differently. They feel steadiness. They sense clarity. They feel that they cannot push you. And because of this, they respect you more. Respect earned through calm is deeper than respect earned through force. Force creates compliance. Calm creates trust. Eventually, calm becomes automatic. You no longer need to practice silence. You are silence. You no longer need to pause deliberately. The pause is natural. You no longer need to regulate emotion. Emotion flows without control. This is the unmanipulable mind. Not because you resist others, but because there is nothing inside you to grab. No desperate ego. No fragile identity. No uncontrolled fear. No hunger for approval. Just presence. This is why ancient teachers said, "Know yourself and you will be free." The self-aware mind cannot be deceived easily. It sees, it understands, it remains. And here is the final truth. Manipulation only works on the unconscious. Calm creates consciousness. Consciousness ends manipulation. So return to silence, return to breath, return to observation, return to self, again and again, until calm is no longer something you practice, but something you are. And when you become that, you walk through the world unshaken, unhooked, uncontrolled, and quietly sovereign.